Hey, it's the pre-show. So,
Hey, can you hear me?
yeah, a little low, but there you are. Oh, what's going on?
I don't know. Where's the link to the podcast?
Where's the link to the podcast?
Yeah, one of my buddies wants to look at it.
All right, hold on. I got to go to StreamYard again.
He's having. Well, I mean, is it the one up top?
No.
Yeah, that's what I did think it was.
Uh, Boomer YouTube. Here we are. And I'll put it in the private chat for you.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to him.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, he's
Nice.
having all kind of issues. Now they've taken his mom and they're sending her somewhere else because they don't think she's gonna get better.
Oh, shit.
He, his wife left him at Christmas. He just did the. He just got a divorce. She still won't even tell him what the hell the problem was. And he's disabled, so he never really left the house. And now he's out doing some stuff. I sent it to him. He may pop into this for a minute.
Oh, you want the link to join?
No, no, no. He may pop in and watch the video for us.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I sent it to him. Yeah, we got back. I read this earlier today, man. I've read it a couple times before. Um, Such a great issue.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
and then I had a few of the things I got from the comic book convention in Chattanooga. It wasn't the best convention at all. I was kind of really disappointed with it. Of course, my wife wasn't because she didn't want to go to some giant convention with a million people there. Um,
Enough from the
but it had
Pony
a
Express.
yeah, I mean it had a ton of people there, but no comics. I'm like, really? Come on, dude, no comics at all.
Crystals,
Uh,
tattoos.
yeah, crystals, tattoos, leather. I mean, all kinds of stuff. It was weird. They were like three vendors that had comics, and one of them I went and looked, and I mean, I mean, nothing. And another guy had some stuff, but nothing stellar. Um, Nothing just absolutely great. The best stuff I actually got was from I would say like a regular guy, but like a regular guy over there. He just had a bunch of boxes. He's like, hey man, all these $2 a book. I'm like, okay. And I went and looked, and he had, um, I mean, like a huge run of, you know, freaking 80s, late 70s, early 80s Iron Man. He's like $2 a
Nice.
book, and they're all really nice shape. So I bought a bunch of them from him. The one thing I did get from him, I negotiated the price a little bit for him because I said, hey, it's a little higher than I want to pay, but I ended up paying $20 for it. First hard changer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first issue of X Factor is up to about 25 and $30 now for some like
Really?
weird reason. I think it's because, they're gonna bring the X-Men back in, and they're probably gonna bring the older versions back in, and who knows.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know about all that. I've probably got 5 copies of X Factor #1. I went to the antique store here in town, and he had a bunch of them, and he had some early X Factors. I'm like, how much you want for all these? And I already had a one, but he was like, hey, look, I'll trade all of these, or I'll sell you all of them for like $25 or something. And it was like 4 or 5 copies of X Factor #1, and then I got like 2, 3, and up to 5. The issue right before Apocalypse shows up, the full appearance Apocalypse. He's on like the
Hmm.
last panel of the first of
Yeah.
that issue. I'm like, really? Okay, well that's cool. Um, but it was like $20 or something. But yeah,
Yeah. It's so I don't have the Defiant issue over here. I did like 2 unboxings. Uh, and they should be on it should be titled "What's in the Box," and there's one on the 22nd and one on the 23rd. So uh, there's 2 different ones. One of them I don't have here because it's over at my desk. I was reading it. It was a promo, uh, a Philly Comic Con promo, but it wasn't Comic Con. It was named something else. Back in '93 for Jim Shooter's Defiant universe.
oh, I remember that. Yeah,
And it's a promo and it's all prose, so it's just a background story pre-launch for the Defiant universe.
yeah, and that was where he was doing was it EXO and
No, that's
Mag.
Valiant.
That's Valiant. Okay, so
Defiant was totally different.
who was
Defiant was
Defiant?
when Defiant was when he quit. Either he quit Marvel, and he went and back in the '90s, Jim Shooter launched his own comic book company, Defiant.
Mhm. Yeah,
And at the same time, Neil Adams launched his own comic book company, Continuity.
yeah, I remember Continuity. Yep.
I got a silver foil version, and I I'm not sure if Shooter did it, but uh, Neil followed suit with what they were doing with the Superman books. They put the Superman like triangle in the corner and tell you what
Yeah,
number of the
yeah, I
story
remember
arc it
that.
was. So this is like issue 0, prelude of Death Watch 2000, uh, but it's the hybrids 0, but it's the second part of the story. You put it right up there in the Dragon Tail.
Huh? Because
Uh,
there was like 4 of those books for uh, Caliber Press that were by Neil, wasn't it?
yeah,
Death
Th-
Watch, Skate something. There was some
that
weird.
was continuity though.
Yeah, Continuity. Yeah, not Caliber. Sorry, getting everybody mixed up.
Um, I got a I got a Superboy in the League of the Superheroes 240.
Oh, cool. That's a nice cover.
Oh yeah. I got a 241. I got a 203. This is the first appearance of the Fatal Five.
Oh, cool.
Then I got a 100 page that at the time was only 60 cents, but now is $10. Hey, freak girl. Hey, Neff, what's going up? We're just doing the pre-show before we start talking about the issue of Swamp Thing we're going into tonight. Just showing off some grabs I got.
Dude, I love 100-page giant books by DC.
Yeah,
They are all so good.
100 page book, a whole bunch of different stuff. I've got a Adventure Comics 348 featuring Superboy and the Legion. I got another one featuring Superboy and the Legion. I got an adventure with Aquaman.
Aquaman. He was
His
in
next,
adventure for a long time.
oh yeah, and the next one, I was mad when they canceled the Phantom Stranger thing. Just come in and say hi and give you some thumbs up before we put on the pasta. Nice. Well, this is the Swamp Thing we're talking about tonight. Swamp Thing 7, dude.
Yeah, just because his damn Batman is so good.
Oh yeah. But I got this Phantom Stranger
With Dead Man. Yeah,
with Dead Man, and it's like a very fine near mint.
yeah.
Oh, thanks, Straight Girl. I grabbed a Micronaut 6.
Oh,
Some of my favorite toys in the 70s. And I always saw this advertised in the books, and I never got one until now. First appearance of Shade the Changing Man.
I saw one of those there, but it was jacked up, and I'm like, I just don't want to spend money on the tear up tore.
This one wasn't too bad, and it was only a couple of bucks. So I was like, I don't have one, but
That is such a good comic.
Dave Stevens, all 5 of the Rocketeer stories.
Yes, it is such a good comic. It looks like it's oversized.
It is. It's a perfect square bound. Micronauts. Yeah, I've been picking up Micronauts whenever I can. I want to put the run together.
Well, while y'all are nerding out, you ready to see one of the $2 books I picked up?
Go ahead. Number 1.
Number 7.
Oh, the one right after I got the Man
Yeah.
Thing appearance.
Yeah, I picked it up because it has Man Thing in it. I love Man Thing. I mean, I don't. Micronauts are okay, but I mean, Man Thing's in it, and it's freaking Michael Golden Art. Battlestar Galactica.
A
Dude,
minty
ESG
treasury
is
of
so good.
Battlestar.
Yep.
Right. Now this is the stack I am proud of. They still have stuff to deliver to me. So I got
These are the ones you got from was it Jesse James?
no, these are from Rick the Rick Funk guys. There's like 3 or 4 of them, like in a circle.
Oh, you were telling me about that.
Yeah. So I got another continuity Armor and the Silver Streak number 4.
Silver Streak. That's the one I was thinking of. Okay. Now I have to find out what the other two other titles were.
Buck Rogers Gold Key number 5.
I love Buck Rogers. Such a good series.
And their gold
That
key.
and Flash Gordon.
This is 11, but it's the Whitman, so it's a short print.
Uh-huh.
And 12 is a Whitman, the short print. This one I had when I was a kid, and I loved this cover. I used to flip through this book nonstop. It's Action Comics 491. Brainiac, Hawkman, and Superman.
It's a damn good ass cover. I don't know if I got that one. $4.91. I'll have to go look later.
I got Brave and the Bold 197 with Deadman and Sergeant Rock.
I may have picked that one up because I picked it up for Sergeant Rock.
I got Another Adventure with Aquaman.
Sweet.
I'm dealing from the bottom of the deck because I got something for a coup de grace. Brave and the Bold 116. It's a 100-pager. Batman and the Spectre, along with DC's Heroes That Won't Die, The Silent Knight, Dead Man, The Coils of Copperhead and Snare, Wonder Woman, Batman and Batgirl, and a Teen Titans story. All
Dude,
was
I don't know how many.
another 60-cent book.
Yeah. It ain't worth 60 cents. It was 60 cents when they bought it.
Oh yeah.
It's a $10, $15 book at least now.
I got it for $6.
She got a good deal.
Here's another adventure. This is only in good to fair condition.
Yeah.
But it's the imprisoning Lightning Lad in prison for being a traitor. and I think it's the first. I think it's the first. It's the first appearance of Time Trapper.
And what issue is that?
Adventure Comics 321,
That's before the Supergirl series.
and I grabbed some new stuff. Yes, because it was the Joker. It's like a variant cover of Joker #1.
Hadn't they already canceled that series?
I don't know. Here is a variant cover for Joker 7, just like the Archer and Punchline. And now, the rest of this stack are all Gold Key Star Treks.
Really?
Star Trek 33.
The painted covers are so nice. Almost as nice as the photo montage covers back they did the first handful issues.
Star Trek 40. Star Trek 58.
It's a nice looking cover too.
I like this next one too, 29.
Who's in 29? Oh, dude, that's got a giant monster.
Mm-hmm. Number 20.
I like Spaceman covers. That's cool too.
It's kind of got like that Trelane thing going on, and this is a Whitman. This is a Whitman reprint. The last two were Whitman reprints. So, and then these next two cost me a few bucks. The rest were like $3 to $6.
Yeah,
a few bucks a piece. This is number 53. This one was fine, very fine. This one cost me $15. This is 53.
What's up with 53? Oh, well, the Cyclops guy on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when they got the little photo box there.
Yeah.
They got it on this one, but it's where the sticker is. And this one is 28. Dead Planet or Deadly. This one was 23. That's the most I spent on one.
Yeah, the Whitman comics, or not Whitman, but the Gold Key Star Trek comics are so cool. And the art looks good. The stories are usually good. They're written by the people that did the show. So, I mean, for the most part, they're all great.
There's two more things. There's two more things in here. I got two Marvel graphic novels in pristine condition.
Shit. You really got a Death of Captain Marvel in pristine condition.
It's a third print, though.
Oh, okay. That explains a lot right there. But it's still a third print.
It's a third print in pretty much pristine condition. For $10.
Yeah. Worth
now,
$10 all day long.
That was, that's worth it all day. Even if it was a reader copy, it's worth it. And followed by another amazing Starlin. Dreadstar.
Oh, Dreadstar? First appearance of Dreadstar.
Yep. He first put it in one of the Marvel graphic novels, and then he launched it himself.
Yep.
And it's supposed to be coming back.
Really?
That's what I hear.
A handful of Dreadstars at the comic convention. I didn't have them over here. I bought them recently somewhere. I can't remember. Like the first, I didn't get a 1 or a 2, but I think like the first, 3 to 10 or something like that.
I'm looking forward to in a few weeks having my buddy John over, who's a big Star Trek fan, which is how we met. We actually met at the comic book store.
Talking about Star Trek.
talking about Star Trek bins, and he was talking about going to a comic book convention. I'm like, a what?
Exactly.
And
But
before you know it, we became best friends, and I invited myself to go with him to this convention. I begged and
I,
pleaded with my mother to give me $20 so I could get in the door. Couldn't buy anything, could just look.
but I can look, huh?
But I was
But
like, oh, I came home with, I think the first convention I went to, I came home with like 40 business cards.
damn it.
I was like, that's back before the internet was like a
And what
big
it is
thing.
now.
What it is now. People had like, it was the launch of, the
Back when you had to order your shit from Mile High Comics in
yeah.
the magazine. Um, I actually ordered originally the first comic book company I ordered from uh, here. I mean, we're talking 30 years ago, and I looked them up a while back. They're still in business. Was Westfield Comics from like Indiana, um,
Wow.
and they're cool. They've got a big shop up there. So, talk
Sweet.
about conventions. I went to a convention years ago when I was first putting my Swamp Thing run together, Volume One, because I don't think I'm missing any issues of Volume One, and I've got a bunch of multiples because I've always, it's one of my favorite series. And I asked a guy, a dealer at the convention one time. I'm like, you know, I was looking for Swamp Thing. I'm like, hey, get any Swamp Thing? And he literally told me, and I'm one of those crazy people. I want the whole thing. I don't want just select issues for the most part. I want the whole run. He said, yeah, I've got some Swamp Thing, but I don't ever buy anything after issue 10 because that's when Wrightston left. And as good as the first 10 issues of Swamp Thing are, because they're incredible,
Oh
the
yeah.
fact that you just throw Nestor Redondo and the rest of the crew under the damn bus who did issues 11 through like 24, it's just kind of crazy because they're really great stuff too. But yeah, this is such a classic cover. Swamp Thing 7. I can't remember the exact story. I remember reading it up on it. But Swamp Thing is basically trying to. This is before the. This is not the Swamp Thing we know now, but this is the Alec Holland Swamp Thing before Swamp Thing 21 in the second volume when Alan Moore completely changed the character when he rewrote it, and Swamp Thing was actually become a plant god that thought it was a human. No, this is Alec Holland who has
Alec
become.
Holland. Alec Holland is still living under the creature.
He's the guy that Hey, I'm Swamp Thing. I'm not. I've been turned into this monster, and I got to find out who did it and get my revenge and figure a way to turn myself back. So in
But the
his
the dog in this issue, the thing with the dog actually started in issue 1 of Swamp Thing.
yes,
And
it's
and you'll
like
see what we're talking about as we get into this.
as we get into it. Yeah. So I mean, he's got the dog. So Alec is on a revenge. Kind of his quest for revenge, and it takes him to Gotham City. And sadly, this actually awesome ass cover with Batman swinging up to Swamp Thing on the lurching to the side of a building does not take place in this issue. But
Yeah, it doesn't happen, but it's a really nice cover.
dude, it's incredible. Ah, hold on. Uh-oh. Let me bring it back up. Hold on. We're having a uh, technical malfunction. I don't know what happened there. It's
Whoops.
not wanting to. It's not wanting to progress.
Bloop. Here we are again.
Yeah. Yeah, I may have to bring it back up again. Right, it is.
It's not working on your end?
Yeah, hold on just a sec. I hate when stuff like this happens. It always ruins things. Oh my gosh. Sorry, y'all. This is how this is how everything goes lately.
I'm going to bring up mine.
They have to.
I'll grab it just in case.
So you got it where you can proceed forward with it.
Yeah, it just loaded now, so it'll be weird because I don't have it set like you do. But
If I can get it work, I will bring it back up. I don't know what's going on.
there we go.
But yeah, sad like I said, sadly, this cover does not show in here.
And I can get rid of that one. And here we go.
So you got it.
Yeah.
All right. We'll go ahead and go to the first page.
Name of the story is A Night of the Bat, written by
Joe Orlando.
no, Joe Orlando was the editor.
Oh, was the editor.
Is
Len Wein,
Len-
excuse me.
Len Wein was the writer, R.I.P. Bernie Wrightson was the illustrator, R.I.P. It's the R.I.P. issue. I'm not sure
Oh my
if Joe
God.
Orlando's still with us. But Len Wein, of course, is the creator of Wolverine and many other characters.
Oh yeah, he had a long, illustrious career working for everybody.
Yeah. So we start out here on West 3rd Street in Gotham. Uh, and this guy's, running and ducking away from Swamp Thing as Swamp Thing is, coddling a dog and chasing after this guy, you know, late at night in Gotham.
Yeah, and the guy's like he's just going through the neighborhood, and he runs away because he's like, oh, it's a little monster, and he heads out.
Yeah.
But
He
Swamp
breaks
Thing,
through to get in the skies. Swamp Thing's doing the Ben Grimm thing. He's got the fedora and the top coat,
yeah.
but he's
what's
still
funny
getting
is
shot.
yeah. What's funny is you look there though. He goes and he breaks into the damn Salvation Army.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
If you're gonna steal, you might as well steal from some place that doesn't charge a lot for stuff. That way you can't get grand larceny.
is that what it is? I do like that scene where he does take the trench coat and the fedora there, and they first do, and it shows it there too in the second one, where they're actually shooting through him. You can see the first panel where they shoot him, it breaks the mirror,
Yeah.
not the mirror, but the glass behind him.
Fuck, smack, crack, and then he just picks up a car.
Yes.
I mean, Len and Bernie are just like, okay, this is a Swamp Thing issue, but we're gonna do it like it's an issue of the Thing. It's gonna be an FF Thing solo story, but green.
Yeah, he picks up the damn car and throws it. He throws it at the other police cars, and it's amazing he doesn't kill anybody behind him as he blows up the cars. And then, with the fire, running, and they're all distracted, he hauls ass down the alleyway. And
But he grabs the dog
quickly,
first.
Yeah, he grabs a dog, and the police give chase, but he's gone. And they're like, "Hey, get an all out, all out bulletin to him." Now I cannot remember. You would have to think this time if the Mr. E here is actually in the Batman stories, or is this just a guy that's in this one issue of Swamp Thing that ties into Batman? I can't remember.
I think he might have been in the Batman stories because he seems to be a board member at Wayne Foundation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's some kind of they the story when Swamp Thing disappears, we travel back to the boardroom at the Wayne Foundation, and that's where we see they actually say his name here in a minute, Mr. E, who's he's all letting what's going on, how the Wayne Foundation is helping homeless people and migrants and immigrants and everything else, and Bruce of course says, I appreciate all you staying late, and then this is where he doesn't. This is part of the timeline for Batman when he's no longer living in Wayne Manor, but he's moved to downtown Gotham. He lives in the actual Wayne building.
He lives in the penthouse headquarters at Wayne Towers.
Yes.
And I never got it as a kid, but they actually made a Wayne Foundation building playset for the World's Greatest Superhero Mego collection.
Really?
Yep.
That would be cool.
It's very rare. It's very rare to find it, and if you find an original one with a box in with the original box in good condition, you're looking at probably close to $1,000.
Damn.
Yeah,
I do remember.
I hope FTC remakes it.
Back when they were showing this, and at this time period when they were doing that, they showed the Wayne Foundation and where he lived, and then they showed he had all the cars and everything underneath it, kind of like in Dark Knight Returns, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it was cool. So I would tell you go back to that other page, but it shows Batman leaving the actual Wayne building, and those two pictures of Batman are freaking awesome for being as small as they are.
Oh yeah, you go back.
That one where he's on the corner. That's the freaking McFarlane stuff. 25 years before McFarlane.
This is Bernie, the master of macabre and night. It's like, as much as I love Jim Apato's Batman work, especially in Brave and the Bold, my buddy that owns the local comic shop that I've gone to for the most part since I was 16, 15 actually. And he's older than me, so he pointed out the only thing that Jim Aparo did wrong is Jim Aparo always showed Batman in the light.
Yeah,
Batman's supposed to stick to the shadows.
Yeah,
but he showed him in the light to bring out like another side of him. But even when he appears in Gordon's office, he should be like back in the shadow. Like you should see
he's up against the wall.
You should see his chest emblem and his eyes, and just like the shadow, the shadow of his cloak should be what you're seeing. But it's still great stuff. So here we are, smuggling on the wharf, Pier 16 in Gotham, and this guy thinks it's going to be a cakewalk, and Batman shows up, and this is old school Batman.
This is, but this is also
threatening until they're like, soiling their, DC Comics underoos. Guy comes up behind him with an ice hook in his hand. He knows he's there. Boom, whacks him in the face, knocks out like 4 or 5 teeth.
And he just beats the hell out of everybody.
Yeah, and then he calls like all the rest of the goons. There's one guy up the far left that's got like an ice stare on him, and all the rest of these guys, and it's like, yep.
Yeah, the fight scene is so good. Yeah, Batman just lays into these damn guys. And this is kind of, I don't say this is moving forward to our modern Batman, because he has no problem with these dudes. He wastes all of them. I mean,
these are just thugs.
Yeah.
These are just run-of-the-mill street thugs. I'm not going to fight them, but Uh, and I love this first panel. I think this is very much Neil Adams inspired.
The swinging whack splash
Yeah,
panel.
yeah, because Neil liked flaring the cape, and doing like the big gymnastic moves, and the karate chops like across the bridge of the nose, or across the throat, was like big. And more teeth over here, man. The dental bill he's got to rack up. Oh my god.
Yeah, this shows why Batman's part of that whole superhero group that I won't kill you, but I'll put you in the hospital and make you make your debt bills through the
Yeah.
roof.
And this
I
bottom right
love
here,
his cape.
you can tell how old this is. Look at all the cross hatching.
Yes, yeah, and this is before they had was it Zip Tone or whatever it is they started using. He
Mm-hmm.
had to draw in all that damn ink to make that night sky.
Yeah, and now it's like you trace around it with a light pen on your tablet, and then you click
Oh,
black, and then you change the shades as you want them, and you're all done.
yeah. Nope.
Lazy art.
I do always love the cross hatching like that. That's big in Conan. Yeah. So here's the guy's name where they say it right now. Bruce Wayne Swaners. So yeah, it flashes back and
Nathan
this is like
Ellery.
before Batman leaves. Nathan Ellery. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ellery, there
they
he is.
call him Mr. E. I go, that's a different Mr. E I'm thinking of.
Yes, it's a completely different Mr. E.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is before Batman actually leaves. We get a little flashback here as Bruce heads up to the elevator, and Mr. Ellery heads out, and he goes downstairs. And of course, he has a damn ivory white limousine waiting for him, and his one of the ugliest damn pet monkeys you'll ever see in your life.
Yeah, it's probably a pet that Dr. Arcane gave him.
It's something. It's
Because
ugly as crap.
we have the tie-in further down. Now Swamp Thing's looking for Matt Cable, but
Yes.
Abby Arcane is on the next chair over to be electrocuted.
Yep. And Abby replaces his wife as his love in the books. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And of course, we have the German mad scientist, because all mad scientists are German.
They're all German, exactly. Even they
Unbelievable.
even got the cool. They got the cool. What is it? Oh God, dialect and everything. I care.
Oh, yeah.
What a pleasant surprise to see you.
Oh, it was Len. Len used to fill in and do some of the old Nick Fury stories fighting the Nazis in World War II. So
Yep. Dude, there's so much going on these pages. The panels are so nice. I thought when I was reading this earlier, I'm like, okay, so they've got him strapped to a damn electric chair, and they're fragging him, but he calls it electron chair. So I'm guessing it's not a full electric chair. Maybe it just gives him a mild shock as opposed to killing his ass, because that's what they're using to torture poor Cable.
yeah, because he's trying to get a secret out of Matt Cable.
Yeah.
And he captured both Matt Cable and Abigail, obviously, on the Arcane Mansion. In the meantime, Batman gets called to Commissioner Gordon's office, and they want to show off like the huge window that's in Jim's office.
Yeah.
And of course,
because it's an old building.
Yeah, and of course, while Jim's like blah 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 blah, the bat has already flown the coop.
I do love how though he says he's going over the government secret file on the Swamp Thing. And Jim's like, "Oh, the government just sent me this top secret file on the Swamp Thing. We don't want anybody to know that there's a swamp monster in the town of Gotham, so we want you to track him down."
Yeah,
and
right.
And he's got a small brown dog with him. But while he just keeps rattling, Batman's done left.
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, I get it." Big creature, go stop. Back to Swamp Thing.
Ben Grimm. I do.
This is when he couldn't communicate. As you notice,
No.
everything's a thought bubble. He couldn't talk.
Yeah, he can't talk. Everything, yeah, everything's a thought bubble. But that goes on is, he's kind of talking to the people, but he's not talking to them because he can't speak. And I do love how he goes into the damn bar here, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to blend in and wait till I hear what I need to hear, and then track Mr. E down." But he doesn't really order a beer. He just nods, and the guy gives him a beer. And how the hell is he going to really hide in here? He's a big 7-foot tall monster. They even say he's over 7 foot tall in here.
Yeah.
It's like Shaq hiding in a damn in a bar. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. It's like Shaq trying to hide in a sports bar.
Yeah. So he just sits in the back with a warm beer and just listens until he hears some damn low-level thug blubbermouth, letting him know that, hey, I got the letter here that's got all my paper on it, tells me where to go. It's got the address and everything.
Yeah. So Swamp Thing grabs the paper, and the guy is like, "Hey, give me that." And he knocks his hat off. And then, oh my God, we got this great angry shot of Alec Holland Swamp Thing in that corner. It looks almost like a Martian Manhunter glare.
Yeah, it does, with the green and the red.
Yeah.
And the fact that that Bernie draws Swamp Thing with teeth still. So yeah, and I don't know why this dude, I guess it's the alcohol, because that's what Swamp Thing says here in the next one deal, because they keep coming at him because they're all drunk as hell. But that's the only thing I can figure why he had enough damn nerve to knock the hat off this 7-foot tall monster. And then they all just jump on him.
Yeah, it's like, you're going to have a splitting headache. And he uses him to break the table in two.
Yeah.
And then, another guy jumps in and goes, "Hey, that's me, pal, you're beating on." Swamp Thing's like, "Hey, that's nice. With any luck, we'll have adjoining hospital beds."
He just beats and I guess because it's a bar fight, everybody gets involved, and Swamp Thing beats everybody's ass in the bar. Yeah. And the poor last loser.
He goes, "I'm definitely going to finish it. It's not a bar fight if nobody goes through the plate glass window in front."
Yep.
I hate to tell you, nobody can actually get thrown through a plate glass window. You just throw somebody into it, and they'll just break, a few bones. But the window will still be there.
You ruined my perception of what Daredevil and Swamp Thing do in bars now.
Well, it's still fun to watch, but, some bars are probably like, just get the cheap glass. You can't afford the good stuff.
So Swampy picks up his hat and heads back out. Now, this is the cool part. So Swamp Thing heads out, and he starts doing some Batman detective work here. He goes and he's listening at apartments and listening at houses, and he even breaks into some places, finds all the information he's needing. He has to rough some people up. He does, and of course, Mr. E is like, "Hey, we got to get rid of this, find this damn dog. We can trap down Swamp Thing." So yeah, there's your ties back to Swamp Thing number one.
And the radio frequency should react most interestingly upon the transmitter we planted inside the mongrel's head. Star asterisk, see Swamp Thing number one.
Yeah. And so they turn the transmitter on, and it causes the dog to go crazy. So I'm guessing he can hear it.
It's like a super high frequency, and he just takes off like a bat out of hell. Speaking of bats,
so the dog is now running the hell away, trying to find the transmitter. And Batman is right behind the Swamp Thing because he's following the trail of bodies across Gotham. Mm-hmm. And he hasn't caught up to Swamp Thing yet, but he sees the dog running, and he's like, there's a brown dog running like crazy. I wonder if that's the dog that the Swamp Thing was seen with. dude, that's a badass picture of Batman. By the way.
That is one of the better shots you're gonna see in some old school Bronze Age Batman.
Oh, I'm right.
I know it's a
So,
Swamp Thing book, but this is just an incredible shot. You know, you can actually hear and feel the wind blowing just from looking at this picture.
yeah, because he's what 20 stories up or some crap. Yep. But so
Oh,
there's
yeah.
the dog, and then Batman just is like, hey, I'll swing down and pick up the dog, and maybe it'll lead me to the Swamp Thing. And then of course when he picks it up, he knows immediately it's Swamp Thing's dog because it's still got moss and stuff in its fur.
Yeah,
Um,
traces
but
of decaying moss.
yeah, so I don't know where you're running to, but I bet it's to your swampy master. So I'll tag along. So he thinks the dog's running to Swamp Thing, not away. Um, and of course, Swamp Thing has managed to get the address to where they're keeping Cable and Abby, and heads out that way to actually, kind of save them while the dog is heading toward Mister Eads. Of course, although there's where he picks up a giant ass crate. He's going to keep climbing up to see what's going on as our crazy German scientist is torturing everybody. Swamp Thing manages to break through the freaking the metal grating and just comes right in.
Yeah.
God, the monster tears through plate steel as if it were tissue paper. It's not plate steel, buddy.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's tin foil.
Yes. And he runs right in, and Cable, who still he can't communicate with Swamp Thing. He's like, I don't understand why you're here. You helped murder my best friends. You keep popping up and saving my life. And Swamp Thing's just like, dude, if I could freaking tell you, you'd never believe what the hell's going on. As he just starts snapping the damn restraints on the chair that's holding Cable in. And of course, our doctor calls Mr. E to let him know that the Swamp Thing is here. And then we get a brief recap of issue 1.
And Swamp Thing calls the doctor a ferret.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah, because that's the whole thing when the damn in the first Swamp Thing when the damn lab blows up, all the bio-restorative formula gets on Alec, and that's how he jumps in the water to put the damn fire out, and he dies, but then is reborn as the Swamp
Thing. And this guy is one of the scientists that helped blow up his shack in the swamp. So
with the dynamite and everything, because he wouldn't sell him the formula.
Yeah, Batman's still chasing the dog until finally, Nathan Ellery's penthouse apartment occupied the whole top floor of this building.
Yes.
So Batman's thinking that Swamp Thing's going to, and then he spots Swamp Thing, and there's a big battle that ensues, and everybody's talking, but nobody can hear each other.
No, I'm gonna beat you, Bruce. Yeah, don't. Swamp Thing's, hey, don't. I've got to try and reason with him, but he can't talk.
Yeah, that's going to be an issue. In handcuffs or in a box, the choice is yours. I can bring you in cold or I can bring you in warm. This is the way. Oh, wrong show.
Yeah. What's funny is Batman is beating the living hell out of Swamp Thing here. He's kicking him, he's punching him, everything he can. And Batman's like, oh, he's hiding behind this. He's doing that. He's trying to do a surprise attack. If you read the little things, Swamp Thing hasn't done anything. He's just trying to get away. He doesn't even want to fight Batman.
Nope.
He's like, I've got to try and reason with him. And, finally, he lets Batman beat on him with a damn 2x4 in that panel. He's like, it's just going to keep coming until one of us dies. So I'm going to have to go ahead and end this. I tried to avoid it. And this is the damn Iron Fist Hulk thing right here from
Mhm.
Hulk 300. Swamp Thing just catches Batman's punch. He's like, "Whoa!" He stopped it, and
Then
that
he
leg
like
thing.
taps him on the jaw and knocks him out.
Yeah, he's like, "Bam!" Out. Fight's over with. Of course,
The
then
dog
Swampy
starts
picks up the
whining.
yeah, the dog's whining because he picks it up, and it's still going crazy because of the damn transmitter. So it jumps and runs out again, and as Batman's getting up, he's like, "Damn it, Batman's waking up already." So Swamp Thing heads off, and
And Batman's like,
Batman never,
damn,
yeah,
Swamp Thing's gone.
yeah, he's gone.
But the dog's
Uh,
still here. And he remarks how long it would take the dog to actually scratch through that door.
yeah. So he's like,
So
"I'm gonna
so
help him."
so then he just like breaks in and picks the lock for him
Yep.
and lets the dog go so he can follow him.
And
And
I love this little thing too, where
yeah,
Swamp,
the double side panel. Swamp Thing is scaling the outside of the building, just
yes,
punching holes in brick.
yep,
Batman's running up the staircase following the dog.
yep,
Then then the dog shows up at Ellery's townhouse
on the top floor.
on the top floor in the penthouse, and then Batman just busts the doors open.
Yep.
Ellery drops his drink.
But see, Batman thinks that Swamp Thing is in here. The dog is heading to Swamp Thing.
Mhm.
He never puts it together. The dog is actually after Ellery, which I mean we don't know why. I guess at this point the dog knows who Ellery is because you know it came from him kind of. And the
Mhm.
dog heads towards him, and Ellery just freaks out. He's like, "You're going to ruin everything." And he has a damn gun. He pulls it out and shoots the dog dead in front of everybody.
And then we have a double. Oh my dear God, no! Swamp Thing's
Yes,
coming up over the
the
railing,
railing.
and Ellery is scared crapless. And here's the downfall in the end.
Yep. Yeah. So Swampy heads up. I mean, he goes right to Ellery because he's like, he knows that this is the guy that did it, and he starts smacking his ass around. And he's like, "You tortured all my friends. You shot down a defenseless dog. I ought to kill you." And then he's like, I can't become this murderer like this." And he knocks Ellery back, who lands on, once again, his ugliest monkey in the history of the world. He steps on its freaking hand, and it attacks him, bites him on the leg. And in the ruckus, Ellery falls back, and they actually, him and the monkey fall through the damn railing, break it off, and fall off the skyscraper. And
Mhm.
Batman's like, "Wow, I can't save them. They're already gone."
I just thought it was funny that got the big root down the bottom of the page.
Yeah, this is from like they that roots was the Roots of Swamp thing. That would have been
Yeah.
a half-page ad. But yeah, Ellery's gone. And of course, Batman turns around. He's like, "Where the hell the Swamp Thing is?" And Swamp Thing is gone now too. He went right out the other door. And he's like, at the last, he's like, "There's got to be more to this going on," because Batman has no freaking clue what the hell's going on. So he's like,
Mhm.
"I've got to look into Ellery and see what the hell is going on." And we're sure he'll find out when he does that Ellery's running a crime organization.
Oh yeah.
I
It's
looked ahead after this because I always do. When I'm reading the books, the
mhm.
next issue is Swamp Thing 8. It's the damn Cthulhu issue, which is one of my favorite issues of that series, too. It's just
So are we gonna
amazing.
read Cthulhu now?
No, we don't have to. But it's such a good issue. I mean, the first Swamp Thing run is good. The second, there's not many bad Swamp Thing stories. Um, Even the first 20 issues of the volume 2 people fuss about. I'm like, no, it's still pretty good. You know. I don't think it's Nestor Redondo that's doing the art for that one. I have to go look. but it's not bad. But yeah. Did you give any thought as to what we want to read next week?
You know, since I have it here, and I've never actually read the original,
What?
how about we read the Dreadstar graphic novel from Marvel?
The Dreadstar from Starlin before it becomes popular. That's cool. Yeah, I love Dreadstar. I've read a bunch of it. I've Dreadstar and Company, and it went like 60 issues. That's
I've
huge
got a,
for an independent run.
I think I've got like one or two of them in, you know, streaks of them in, collected in trade.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. I don't have any of the trades because I've always been able. It's one of the things when I see them, I pick them up. They're cheap, and
Hmm.
it went for a while. That and the other one that went really good that was creator owned, Warlord by Mike Grell.
Oh
Same
yeah.
thing. I mean, awesome damn stories, incredible art, incredible stories. That was huge, way before independent comics that the people go on about now. And that's
And
yeah,
what was great later on was when Warlord came back to this side and was face to face with Ollie Queen, his
yeah,
doppelganger.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, looks exactly like me. David. All right, so here's the rest of my little stuff. You ready? So I found some caps when I was there. What's cool about these? They're in the 200s. This is when Kirby come back and was doing the art and the story. That's right
Nice.
when Kirby come back. Um, I found those. I always pick these up when I can find them. Old Marvel Tales, early Spider-Man and everything. Um, I only found a handful of DC books I wanted. This was one of them. Justice League America. Early Dick Dillon. Dick Dillon was so good. Uh, I found this was in the $2 box, mind you. It's super nice. Iron Man 91,
Is that Blue Streak?
30 cents. Um, the Controller, not Blue
Okay.
Streak. Some dude named the Controller.
I remember Cap had
Uh,
that villain Blue Streak. It was just some dude in a blue costume and roller skates.
that was it. A Defenders 30.
Nice.
Um, it's a sweet. Another one of the Iron Man 190. You know, there's Wanda and everybody on it. It was $2. I had to pay 5 for this one, but it's a Human Torch #6. Uh, X-Men 162 versus the Brood. I collect these when I can find them. I did not know they did a Human Torch one because there's nobody that really does this. But if you go back and look, there's like, I think I've got 5 of them now or 6 of them. But all it says is Human Torch goes wild. So I try and get all the goes wild covers I can find. I don't know why, but I've got a Cap goes wild, Thor goes wild, Daredevil goes wild, Human Torch goes wild. I've never seen. There's Spidey goes wild. These are all from the '70s. The Spidey goes wild is from the freaking '80s. It's like Spider-Man 206.
Wow.
Weird Mystery Tales. 20 cents.
Cool.
A really nice Avengers 175.
Beyond.
Yeah. Submariner 54.
Nice.
And I picked this one up. This one was actually in a dollar box, but this is one of those you pick up just for the cover. I can't pass up I know you don't like him, but a Sienkiewicz cover.
Mm-hmm.
Huge X-Men Unlimited. So like I said, nothing to write home
I've got
about, but I picked up some good reading.
an issue 1 of X-Men Unlimited signed by the inker when Marvel
By
started
the Anchor.
doing like having their guys sign the book, and they put like special packaging in it, so it's basically like a COA before COAs came around.
Yeah,
So I'm like, I got that one. I tried to sit down and read the others. They're all like really bad. And
really.
I'm like, I gotta dump these. They're horrible.
I hope this one's not bad. Like I said, I bought it because I don't think this may be the only one I've got. X Men Unlimited 3. It says the Sabretooth Among Us. It's Sienkiewicz art, and the story is by Fabian Nietzsche, however you say that.
Hmm.
Mike McCone is the penciler, and Mark McKenna and Steve Monclose are the inkers.
Oh, I know Mark McKenna. I interviewed him before.
Have you?
Yeah,
Yeah, the art doesn't look too terrible bad.
yeah, super nice guy.
Um, but yes, got a lot. Oh, do you remember that? Do you remember Adventure Vision?
Oh, I never saw it. I just remember seeing the ads.
Oh, you know what I saw at the comic book convention? I didn't buy it. I thought about it, but I was like, do I really want to spend that money on it? Whatever. I probably should have bought it because I didn't buy anything. Um, the new Hero Quest. It's like $150 though.
Yeah, no, I can't do that.
I remember we had Hero Quest when we were little. The '90s, and it was just, dude, it was so awesome. You had the characters, you set up little castles, and run around and fight the monsters and roll the dice. It was Dungeons and Dragons without all the rules.
I know they've redone that, and oh, the Black Tower. Remember the Black Tower game?
No, I don't remember that one.
Came out in like the 70s or early 80s, and it was like a board game, but you had to assemble and put together like this black tower in the middle, and it never worked right.
Uh huh.
But it was basically uh, like the where the bad wizard was in his tower in the second Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah.
It was basically you fighting somebody in that tower or fighting the tower itself.
Huh. Yeah, I looked it up. Yeah, right here. There's an article. Yeah. The disappearance and return of a legendary '80s board game, Dark Tower.
I
Actually,
just
I remember it. I see the ad for it looks pretty freaking familiar. Dark
Yeah,
Tower Fantasy Adventure
they
board game.
they had some great commercials for it back in the day. I just got notification that I should be getting my fulfillment on the Dark Knight Returns game.
Yeah.
They're in port, and U.S. and UK based custom, U, U.S., UK, and Australian customers should be getting their stuff starting next week.
Oh, cool.
So
Yeah,
I'll be
I'm
looking.
really thinking about backing that one I sent you, but I don't know
Yeah,
yet. I haven't got that far.
I I've been waiting over a year for this one, but because of all the stretch goals, they've upgraded basically everything in the game,
Really?
like the dice, the cards. Uh, they had to go back to print on the cards because they went to go sleeve the cards, and something went screwy with it. So they're uh, they're redoing some of them, but there's so many extra pieces they added and everything. So it's pretty cool.
Cool.
If you only pay $50, you only get the cardboard standy guys. Like remember like the old Escape from the Death Star game for Star Wars back in the 70s. You would
Yeah.
fold the double sided character in half, and you put it like in a little clip circle,
like a plastic circle. Yep.
in a plastic
And you
circle
move it
moving
around.
around. That's the $50 version of Dark Knight Returns. The $100 version is actual like plastic molded pieces.
Yeah. Yeah. There was some of those games get so expensive. They had a whole section of I did go to a comic book shop while I was out of town. A whole section for Warhammer, and God Almighty, the figures. I was like, holy goodness.
Oh, the prices for that stuff is ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
But they had
you got to work 3 jobs and have done something so spectacular that your wife will allow you out of the house to spend thousands of dollars on game toys. No laughing in the background there. We're not married yet.
And the whole thing about that is that on the other side of the comic book shop, there was a giant room. My wife, that's where I found my wife sitting down reading her book, and there was, I don't know, 50 people in there playing all these Warhammer games, Warhammer, Dungeons Dragons, anything that had miniatures in it. But, all right, cool. I will get the Dreadstar over. Well, I won't worry about sending it to you because you've already got a copy, but I'll get a copy to read and.
Yeah, well,
we'll go from there.
I'm not. I might DM you because I'm not sure if I. It's a minty fresh copy. I'm not sure if I want to like bend pages or anything.
All right. Well, I'll just send you a copy of it when I get it. I gotta hunt it down.
It should be fun.
Yep.
No, it's past both our bedtimes.
Damn it sucks getting old. But
I know
all
you
right,
saw the.
man,
I
well,
know you saw the post I put up the other day. You know you're
which
getting old.
one?
You know you're getting old when your bedtime is the time that you used to go out.
Exactly. I remember we were little, or not little, but when I was younger, we used to play Dungeons and Dragons till like stupid hours in the morning. And I'd get up and go to work, go to school, then go to work, and then come back and play Dungeons and Dragons again.
But yeah, we gotta get something. We'll get something going with that. Maybe this spring we can start up a stream where we can play online.
Yeah, I don't know why I said I'm really looking into it. Just something to do. So,
Yeah.
all right, man. I'll get it to you, and then we'll get back next week. Hopefully at a regular time.
Yep. We'll catch everybody later. Everybody have a good evening, and we will talk to you next week.